This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage. We're on a job today in High Point, and so we've got a gutter that's got nowhere to go, and we've got no fall. So we're going to be taking care of this for this guy today. Getting it all sucked out of there?
Yeah, it's getting easy.
Okay. Check out this video that the homeowner sent me. This was right after I did the quote and it had started raining. What happens here is all this concrete gets underwater and we have very little fall here in the yard. So the problem with this job is we have a set point at the concrete, at the walkway, at the gutter, and then we have a set point at the curb right here. And so between those two set points, we had very, very little fall going on. This is another video clip that the homeowner sent me that same day. It's not a very high quality clip, but you can really see where that water's got absolutely nowhere to go. And so luckily this house is on a slab, but still this sidewalk has sunken in over the years. The whole area just turns into a huge pond. They can't walk out of the front door because they're just walking through water and mud. And so the homeowner basically wanted me to come over here and catch this one gutter. And you're going to see later in the video that I actually didn't want to take the job because it doesn't have my requirements of fall, because we have to be underneath the concrete right there, the walkway, and so that's a low point that we're starting from, and then we have a set point at the curb. So those two set points in concrete meant that the fall that we had between them was what we had. And I had originally told the homeowner, hey, you know, this isn't going to flow the way I want it to, and I don't want to take the job. And the homeowner said, hey, you know, whatever you do is going to be better than what it is, so go ahead and do your thing. So we took the job, and we're going to talk about how we mitigated the fact that we don't have much fall later in the video.
Wish I could get water all back on when he just vacuumed that.
What's that? Almost there, boss. There you are. Nice.
I think so, yes. Come on. Yep.
I wanted 1/8 of an inch inside.
Still got about 3, 4 inches to go. Come on. Come on. Come on. About 2.5, 3 inches. Come on. A little bit. Whoa. Whoa.
Alright, there's what it looks like when it's cored. So the reason we don't core more often is because it just takes so long to core that thing. It does look really nice though when we're done. So we're going to start using this corer more, I think. But that's it. We're also starting down here because, again, we don't have any fall here, and so this is a fixed point. Unfortunately, so is the top of the gutter here. It's also a fixed point because we're in the concrete. Now, I originally told the customer that this run did not meet my criteria for fall, and I wasn't interested in the job. But he said anything we do is going to be better than what he's got here, and so we're going to show you a couple things we're going to do to mitigate the fact that we have no fall coming up. We have a very little amount of fall here. I usually want a good quarter bubble to a full bubble, and I don't think we're quite going to achieve that here. So we'll talk about that coming up. What do you all think of that core drill going through the curb instead of us cutting the curb like we normally do? Leave me a comment in the comment section. And a couple of videos ago on my high capacity French drain, one of my commenters, Trent, mentioned that I needed to do this coring the curb thing, and so I kind of told him I was going to do it on the next one, and so this turned out to be the next core job for a curb that we had after that comment. So there you go, Trent. We're going to have to figure out what to do here with this. We got to come down over here to get under the concrete. And so in this example, both of our points are fixed. So this point is fixed. We can't come up any higher to try to get our fall going. We got to stay down, and down there we're at a fixed point as well. And I don't know if you can see or not, but we got some moss right here. And these little stalks right here, that's the sporophyte generation that's popping up right there. That's the diploid generation on those. All right, we got our pipe in here, and again, having fall was a huge consideration because we couldn't come up on this end and get our fall to go in this way. We had to stay down on this end because we're set at the concrete, at the level of the concrete. So we've been playing around with this a little bit. We are just barely 1/8 of a bubble right there. Barely like 1/8 of a bubble there. We're at a barely, maybe like a 1/16 of a bubble there.
Stepping on her.
So we're barely breaking the wrong way there. Now we're starting to flatten out. And now we're at a full bubble. And we're heading down the way there. So we just didn't really have a lot to play with here. So to mitigate this, what we're going to be doing here is we brought this riser up. So if this thing fills up with water, that's going to give us head pressure. The weight of the water will push down on it and hopefully get us flowing. So we'll give it a test here in a second when we get finished. We're going to throw some water on this and see how we do.
Boss, you ready?
Go ahead.
Let's roll.
Not yet.
Won't take long. It's on the way.
I hear it. Crazy, huh?
Thank you, man.
Yep. There it is.
There's your buddy.
Yep. So
Nice.
it had to fill up that flat area. But once it fills it up, it'll get the pressure going. So it's not as good as we normally get it with a full bubble the whole way.
That's cool.
But I think we're pretty good.
I think that's cool.
You like that? It's a whole lot better than landing over there.
Yeah, I think I should do that too.
We are finished with this job, so let's take a look. Here is the outfall. So we cored through the curb this time. It's a lot more expensive and time consuming to core, but it does give you a really nice look. And we didn't want to add any more water over here, so the homeowner's going to spray this all off when it dries. We've got our clean out here. We kept this with a larger opening. The homeowner's going to upgrade this to a bigger downspout, and we have all that head right there, so it should force anything out of there. Another consideration with me deciding to take this job, even though it doesn't have quite the fall I want, there's really not a lot of trees right here to clog up the gutters. And so I went ahead and agreed to do the work. Told the homeowner, you know, it's not going to fall the way I normally like it to. And it's still going to flow, of course, and be much better than what he had. And he was good with that, so we got it done. It rained a couple days after we finished the installation of the pipe, and this is some footage that the homeowner sent me. So this was before I even had a chance to get over there and get my after footage. So I'm including it here. The homeowner was so excited that this water here is now landing at the curb instead of flooding his sidewalk with nowhere to go.